The Walnut Creek Extension District, a division of K-State Research and Extension, covering Rush, Ness, and Lane counties, here's Insight with Extension.
The increased prices of all our inputs and lack of availability we are experiencing have many producers considering the costs associated with their livestock and crop enterprises. Here are a few tips that Dr. Justin Wagner, Extension Beef Specialist, has to consider for the conscientious producers with their feeding and feed management. First, evaluate commodities on a cost per unit of crude protein or crude energy basis. These calculations should be done on a dry matter basis to facilitate an appropriate comparison between dry commodities such as corn and wet commodities such as silage or wet distillers grains. Don't forget to add freight, grain processing, and shrink as well. Second, maximize the use of commodities or ration ingredients produced on farm. I'm sure there are many different versions of the old saying, the best way to make a profit with land and livestock is to walk the crops off the farm. On-farm commodities, especially forages, are usually more cost-effective than purchased commodities. Increasing the inclusion of on-farm produced commodities in a diet or even including a small amount of lower-cost ingredients like straw may reduce ration costs. However, cheapest is not always best. Reduce commodity shrink and feed waste. How much of the commodities you purchase are lost in storage and handling before they ever make it to the bunk? On most operations, these losses range from 2 to 10% depending on the commodity. Although these losses are minimal, they do add up, especially when we put many tons of silage in a bunker. The cost associated with the shrink may add substantial cost to a commodity considering the cost per ton that feeds are worth. These losses often occur when commodities are handled or being loaded into the mixers. Focus on efficiency. Feed to gain is always important. It is the benchmark by which feeding programs can most easily be evaluated. Technologies like ionophores or feed management strategies such as limit feeding should be considered to further improve feed conversions. And finally, seek the counsel of a nutritionist or a local extension office. We can balance rations and assist with evaluating commodities and estimating the costs of the ration changes on animal performance. This has been Jared Petersley with this week's Insight with Extension from the Walnut Creek Extension District. Don't forget to check your extension calendars. Our statewide Women in Ag programs will be kicking off next week, and we will be in Rush Center on the 11th for a soil fertility program that will focus on crop nutrient input and management.
Insight with Extension on My Country 93.5.